Hi guys, my name's Christina White. I'm going to be talking to you about my interview today. I interviewed Kim Davis at Bright Beginnings. She is the director of the Head Start and the Early Head Start program there, and I interviewed her about her grant writing history and experience. She had a lot of really good things to say. For instance, she told me that a lot of grant funders want to see the bulk of their money going to direct services, which are services that are provided directly to the target community. So they don't want to see a lot of money going to administrative overhead and other costs that are not directly related to services provided to the community. Another thing she informed me of is that you want to have a diversified funding stream. You want to be able to not have to depend on one type of grant or one type of funding too much, so that you can maintain stability over the years. Another thing that she said is when you're writing a grant, you want your goals to be SMART goals, that is specific, measurable, agreed upon, and realistic and time-based. So basically, you want your goals to be able to be specifically measurable and to be able to be completed in a specific time frame. So you want to make sure that you give all that information when you're talking about your objectives in your program descriptions in your grant proposals. Another thing she said is imagine your program being wildly successful. And she also said that you need to be able to really explain why your program is important, not only why your program is important, but why it's more important than the other grant proposals. She said, you want to be able to determine if multiple partners are going to be able to contribute. She even writes letters to private corporations just asking for services, and she really said that, if you don't ask, you'll never know. So she really was an advocate of being able to get the word out and not only write really good grant proposals and be really organized about that, but be able to fundraise and be able to passionately go out in the community and try to raise the funds or the volunteer effort to be able to implement a program that you think will better the community. The other thing that she said is when writing your grant proposal, you want to use concrete facts. You don't want to use a lot of jargon. You don't want to assume the reading level of the people that are going to be reading your grants and funding your grants. So what you want to do is be as concise as possible. Not use too many really difficult terms or terms that are specific to one type of science or department of thinking. And the other thing is that you want to be able to use this as an opportunity to educate them about the different aspects of your program and why your program is important, and then you also want to be able to solicit funding, but you don't want to overwhelm them with a bunch of information that maybe is not as relevant and or might be confusing to them. And then I think one of the last things that she said was ask somebody who you don't know, who doesn't know anything about your project or program, to read your proposal and to see if it makes sense. Because excuse me, because if it can make sense to somebody that has nothing to do with it, then that means it's well enough organized that you can be able to submit it, that you should be able to submit it. And the funders that are going to be reviewing it will be able to understand it. Thank you.